So here we are in the 1955 Chrysler 300, named for the fact that it was the first one with 300 horsepower. It's got a 331 cubic inch engine, making that 300, with a 2-speed automatic transmission, and this was the car that basically made NASCAR history. The base price, $4,100 back in 1955.
Jill, that is a ton of money in 1955, but that's because when this car was new in 1955, it was the most powerful production car in the world. The next highest car that you could think of would be a going Mercedes, and at the time those were making 220, 210, something in that range. This had 300 horsepower, the most powerful car in the world. Imagine that. Imagine that, like, the most powerful car in the world, more than a Bugatti and a Pagani, is a 6-seater coupe. What a world it was. And Chrysler built this car for one purpose. They built 1,577 of these to go racing in NASCAR. It is a homologation special, one of the very first, and all the Chrysler 300 performance and letter cars follow this one. But Jill, what is it like to drive?
Well, first of all, it is an older vehicle, but I mean, it's been beautifully restored. It has power steering, which is kind of loose. I certainly wouldn't want to be doing NASCAR style stuff in it, but it is just, it's lovely and smooth. Obviously we're on a road where we can't go very fast, but you can feel the power underneath your foot. You know, this thing really did what it was supposed to do. It's big. It's just, look at that long hood. That's just incredible.
What an amazing view. I love this interior too. All these jet age switches for your wipers and the radio and stuff like that. They also have a town and country radio.
And one thing that people today wouldn't understand too well on an automatic is there's no park. You put it in neutral and then you set the parking brake. There's no parking cog. So these are all just little things that, you know, over the years, how cars have changed. Even though it looks the same, you know, brake pedal, gas pedal, steering wheel, power, and it even says power steering.
Look at that.
It's, things have changed so very much. So this was the first of the so-called 300 letter cars. There's also a 300D here in 1958 that's available to drive. And they went right up into the 300F into the 1970s. And then Chrysler brought back the 300 in 2005. So, you know, everything comes around. If you've never driven a 50s car, there are a few things to learn about it. First of all, the brakes are quite tight on this. So they're just old car brakes. The steering is light, the steering wheel is huge, and that's because not all cars had power steering. And so you needed that kind of leverage to move around a car that was this big. Again, the transmission, there's no park. You put it in, there's
our 58.
That's the 58 Chrysler 300D, which of course came after this one. But it's smooth, and that's what's so really cool about these, is you have to be aware of your surroundings because it's very large. Of course, there's no seat belts in this, there's no airbags, no crumple zones to speak of. They certainly weren't as safe as today's cars. One thing to realize when you look at the dash, all of this, you know, these knobs, everything's hard. That was a safety issue because if you got in a crash, you'd bang against these. And when NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Administration, started bringing in safety factors, one of them was that you couldn't have stuff like this.
But
because
Jill, it's a safety padded dash.
It's a safety padded dash. Well, yeah, there is that part of it. This Chrysler 300 is just one of several vehicles that we're driving today. And for more on them and our story on them and our other videos on them, be sure to check out Driving.ca and get all the information on Chrysler's 100th anniversary.